Hi, so I'd like to move on and talk a little bit about kitchen helpers. So, some of these items that we're going to talk about, you probably know and have and love, but some of these are hidden gems in the catalog that you may not even know exist. So, let's jump in and we're going to talk about some of these. So, the ones we're going to talk about first are the cutting boards. So, maybe you didn't even know that Norvex has cutting boards, but we've had them for many years and they're awesome. Okay, so let's just talk about what they're made out of. So our cutting boards are extremely heavy duty, and they're made out of rice husks. So they're not plastic, they're not wood. They're made from compressed rice husks, so they're biodegradable. They do have a silicone ring on the back to keep them from moving around on your countertop. They have the nice liquid drain around, so that way it doesn't spill all over, and you can hang it if you want to. But other really cool features with our cutting boards is that because the fact that they're not wood, they don't get as many knife marks in them. So the knife marks are where your bacteria grow. So you should have limited knife marks on your cutting boards because of that. And it helps your knives from getting dull too. So they're really amazing. You can just wipe these off with an EnviroCloth or a kitchen cloth when you're done. And they come in 3 different sizes. So for me, I love the mini for whenever I'm cutting up an apple or a pepper or something small and easy. I love my mini one. And we have a large size, okay? And then last we have, oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. The mini, this is the small, and then this is the large. Okay, so at my house, I have the large, and then I have the mini. See, I'm trying to balance this all, and I do all my videos on one take. So you get all of my bloopers at the same time. So there you go. So love cutting boards. That last you like a long time. And the really nice thing too is you don't have to have the multitudes of different cutting boards for different things that you're cutting up. So I use this for veggies, fruit, I use it for meat, I use it for everything. Just take my EnviroCloth or kitchen cloth after. Oh, and you can stick them in the dishwasher. So I do stick them in there every once in a while. Okay, so those are the cutting boards. So let's talk about scrubbies. So scrubbies in the kitchen are obviously very important. The more that you have in a scrubby, the less you have to physically scrub. So we have lots of different options when it comes to scrubbies. So we're just gonna talk about a few, all right? So let's talk about the spear nets first. So this is Norvex's version of like steel wool. They don't rust, so that's cool. And they do pull apart. So if you like to have them, they're pretty malleable, I guess you could say. And they come in sets of 2. So these are really our most abrasive scrubby. Okay, so then fan favorite, we have the spear sponges. These come in a set of 2 as well. They have a sponge inside, but they're very nice and heavy duty. These are probably my favorite scrubbers. I know my mom loves these ones too. You can use these with water, and you can use them with cleaning paste. You can use them with all of the Norvex. Awesome for cleaning your glass top stove. So those are the spear sponges. All right, so then we have the Enviro sponges. So this is a scrubby on one side and an EnviroCloth on the other, and it does have a sponge in the middle. So really good again for like cleaning paste on one side, and then you can flip it to the EnviroCloth side and wipe up. So those are the Enviro sponges. And then we have the Enviro scrub. So again, this is scrubby on one side, EnviroCloth on the other, but there's no sponge in the middle. So if you don't like the sponge, and these come in a set of 3. So our scrubbies, while you don't need them all, that's just not really how Norvex works. Like you don't need them all. It's nice just to pick the ones that you think that you're gonna like the best. So scrubbies are awesome. Okay. So also while we're talking about dishwashing, let's move on there. And we have two different really good options for dishwashing. So the tried and true dishcloths, I know these look absolutely ridiculous. Love these. These are a fan favorite. If you try them, most people love them. They are made from nylon, so they don't smell. These are meant for washing your dishes. You can use any dish soap with them. And they're really good for scrubbing like baked on cheese and burnt things. The dishcloths, you can cut them to be whatever size you want. So that's nice, they won't fray. And you can have one out in the garage and takes all the bugs off the front of your car. So those are the dishcloths. Our other option would be the kitchen scrub brush. So this one is about a year old. love. So what's the difference between ours and ones you can get at the store? So first of all, we have a nice tough bristle in here, but our bristles have the Norwex Silver. So this will self-purify. You can put any dish liquid you want in it. You know, Norwex does have some. You do not have to use ours. But the other awesome thing I like about this is when you push the button for the soap dispenser, that is the only time the soap comes out. So if you want to use this to clean something that you don't want soap, like maybe your cast iron, you just don't push the button and then the soap doesn't come out. And since it's not a sponge, the soap doesn't live in there. So what I like to do is maybe once a week or every other week, I'll take the top off and I throw this in the dishwasher just to give it a good old clean. They do have replacement heads, so you can buy replacement heads if you need to. I have been using mine for almost a year and it looks absolutely fine. And another little hot tip, I got this from a customer actually. She said, Beth, I got one and I put bathroom cleaner in it and I stuck it in my shower. So when I'm in the shower, taking a shower, I like to scrub my tile and my grout and whatever. And so I immediately did that. Yeah, one of my favorite cleaning hacks of the year is using this in the shower. So there you go. All right, so that's washing dishes. We also have the dish mat. So the dish mat comes in a couple different colors. So the confusing thing about this is it goes mesh side up. So that's how your wet dishes would sit on there. I know that's kind of weird, but that's how it works. Really absorbent, awesome. I do recommend that if it's pretty wet to dry it in between to make sure that it can do the self-purification for sure. I have one of these, but I use this underneath my dog dish. So I have a dog and you know, they're not always the cleanest when they're drinking water. So I put this dish mat underneath Louie's dog dish to collect all the water that he spills on the floor. So, okay, that's the dish mat. Let's see, what else do we have? All right, so let's talk about the Biozyme. So I like to compare the Norwex Biozyme to the store-bought Power Shot, if you know what that is. What you can do with this is a dish soap, and it is very foamy. So it's good for cutting grease. It's just a really great soap. And you can put it in a spray bottle, so it doesn't have to be Norwex, and then it will foam, so you can spray your dishes like that. Or you can put it in the hand foaming. This is really dirty. Sorry, it came out of my kitchen. You know, you can put it in with your dishcloth and you can pump it in there and it'll be nice and foamy and you can wash dishes that way. So our Biozyme is excellent. Okay, so keep moving on. Let's see, I have the Produce Wash. So the Produce Wash comes in a spray, and this would just spray your produce and you let it sit for about 30 seconds and then you can rinse that off and that's gonna take off all the, all the pesticides and stuff on there. The Fruit and Veggie Scrub Cloth. This is gonna be good for your fruits and vegetables, and you can actually peel potatoes and carrots with this. So that's the Fruit and Veggie Scrub Cloth. We have the Porcelain Sink Organizer. So some of these are just very self-explanatory on what they are, but I wanted to show you. Good to be able to keep your sink area nice and clean. I also put my skincare on this little thing in the bathroom. Keeps all my skincare looking nice. Let's see, I also have the newer refrigerator liners. So these are good to just absorb all the spills in your fridge or put them in your fruit and vegetable drawer to help absorb some of the moisture. So that's there. And then two more. I've got the Ultrazyme dishwasher powder and the Rinse Aid. So Norwex hasn't always been super great when it came to dishwashing with your dishwasher in the past, but this one's been out for a couple years and I highly recommend them. You know, use just a tiny little bit. You might have to play with the amounts, but I like them together. So the dishwasher powder and the Rinse Aid work awesome together. Okay, so last but not least, this is probably my most used item in my house. So these are counter cloths. You can get them in the whole set or you can get them in sets of 3. And these are paper towel replacements. So if you buy a lot of paper towel, this will be really nice to like cut down on how much you use and maybe get rid of paper towel altogether. You can use them wet, you can use them dry. We use them for napkins, spills, whatever. And they sit right on your counter. You can just rinse them out and hang them up and use them over and over again. But when ours get really dirty, I just keep a basket underneath the sink and I throw them in the basket, and then I just pop them in the wash machine. I wash these probably more than anything else because we just use them so very much. So counter cloths is a great alternative to paper towel, will save you a lot of money. It does take a minute maybe to kind of get used to it. I do encourage you, if you have a paper towel holder on your countertop right now, would be to stick it under the sink for a little bit, put this right where that would sit, and just try, give it a shot and see what you think. They're awesome. So sometimes I even sneak them in the kids' lunch boxes when they have to pack lunch for their napkins. So that's kind of a rundown on our kitchen helpers. And if you have any questions, please make sure you let me know. All right, bye.